They said free the Palestinians, then celebrate the death of native Indians. How these other races gon' take us serious? They don't. It's silly thinking you can fight oppression with a vote. I'm so woke, I got sleep deprivation. Belly of the beast giving birth to a nation. You know how I feel to have culture and they take it. It'll never be peace, tell them free the reservation. Till it's backwards, they don't know that they exist no more. Ever try reaching out for help and you just get ignored? Pick up vices like drugs, your child fill a void. They get a youth life sentence for killing, he was just a boy. Niggas poor, what we living for? Life a gamble, it's like 10 or 4. Police hands around your neck, they just hit record. We in war, man, this ain't the norm. But you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know. Mama on the stage crying. She just lost her only son to gang violence. Pops level 4 yard talking through the vents. Have you ever tried to hug your loved ones through a fence? Have you ever been hated just because your skin? Have you ever worked all week and couldn't pay your rent? Life a trip, I'm trying to catch my balance. Every step feel like I'm walking backwards. Credit card, but gotta check the balance. I come from where it's rough, that's why my heart callous. They want you to fall weak, that's a war tactic. Look how we live, what's scarier than that? What you know about crossing the Darien Gap? Risk your life to live in hell or bury your kids. Either way we gotta suffer and they just get rich. Life a bitch, why waste time telling you that? Cause if you ain't a nigga like me, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know.
Yeah. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 One West hitter, big steppin', Chaataza, roughly translated lethal weapon with the Danny Glovers for the fingerprint covers. Type of niggas start beef just to see your true colors. We don't want no cowards, and I'll spin that block for your cover. Don't break no oath and try to act like we brothers. From a nigga named Jacob and 4 different mothers, I stay ready like it's Malcolm looking out them shutters. We try and get it out the gutters till we ball like ruckers. Booted up, no Timbs, if it was it's the butters. Ain't no hole in his blood and his heart don't flutter. I pop some Castle Hill, nigga, he ain't raised no runners. I don't run with 6'9" or gunners, lay more pipe than plumbers. Just some bad motherfuckers. Too long I've been slept on, boy, smoother than Teflon, too dope to get stepped on. One West I rep on, no never getting crept on. Ain't fucking with a nigga, then you could get the F on. Baby said I'm handsome, gas at me like Chevron. I ain't take no losses, if I did I learned the lesson. I just keep it pushing, ain't waiting for you to catch on motion. Locomotion without the pills or the potion. Outspoken, man, this nigga is always causing commotion. Son of Joseph, just try and build us a Goshen. From here to Boston, a nigga is fucking awesome. A blessing if you caught and put that pussy in a coffin. If it ain't UPK, you niggas ain't important. Started living life as soon as I took my portion. Type of smoke we pull up and these niggas started coughing. Choke artists, swallowing, wallowing. Xanax and a Klonopin. Sensitive ass niggas be crying over ad hominems on foe in them grave. None of these niggas brave, none of these Christians saved. All of you niggas gay. Fake ass niggas try and walk the road that we paved. Try and skip the toll roads, can't pay the price that we paid. Boots, beards, and the braids, a few stresses and grays. Living the last days, I showed them it ain't a phase. Through the furnace of affliction, through the fire unscathed. Walk through the furnace of affliction, through the fire unscathed, nigga.
Look, I ain't talking about my jewels when I say I'm juice. Sucker former lions that hate, I just save them some room. They pick and choose, that's the difference with me and no dude. That ain't my bitch, let she say the salute. I got a rib, but every eye entree come with a side. You think you fucking with me, you found comfort in lies. I be weary of these niggas, they come to divide. I stand on business like politicians tucking their ties. They say it's hate when they see careers starting to die, but I'm the type to still press behind enemy lies. I ain't afraid to lift the iron like my name was Rahab. Go with them if you nervous about picking a side. Let God fix it, if I do, I'm gonna end up in cuffs. I ain't letting shit slide, I'm petty as fuck. Yeah, they wanna hash it out, but the damage is done. They afraid to pick up the phone when I'm calling they bluff. Yeah, I'm the GOAT, no Capricorn. They already know I'm UPK, what you asking for? Took so many ills, why y'all even keep track of score? You got the right nigga, you ain't know I'm a man of war. Fuck these niggas, I swear they got more issues than Vogue. They always saying it ain't like that when you catch them alone. I ain't playing tug of war with no internet trolls. You got my low, it's an issue, come address it with smoke. Oh man, got them checking for posts. What a coincidence. Me, my niggas hate it the most. Throwing salt and pepper till your little king get choked. Did my homework on all you niggas being some hoes. Stuck to the code. My eyes were purple and gold. I'm as solid as they come. I ain't breaking no oath. Not to zod me, stand firm. I don't bend, I don't fold. To Christ's return, I'm a thug with my woes. Whoa.
I love that joint.
That shit was alright. That was you on that, right?
Yeah, I was the first version.
That shit was alright when you did that.
I produced that joint. I did that a couple months ago. Actually, I produced the whole EP.
Shit was alright.
You know, I don't really rap like
that. Send that to me. That's crazy.
You supposed to be on the app. You supposed to have it.
I hate when you get me. I hate that, bro.
Yeah. So we live and direct in effect. This is Facts on Wax. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already know who I am, what it is that we do here. Joining me this evening, this is my man Naystar. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you want to introduce yourself, you know what I'm saying, to the people.
What's going on, everybody? As he said, Naystar. We here to get this thing popping and rolling, man. You know what I'm saying?
Now, let me tell y'all, man, we here because I want to touch on some things with entertainment. I talk hip hop so much. I said we might as well, you know what I'm saying, monetize the podcast. You know what I'm saying? And I just want y'all to know, I only respect like maybe 3 to 4 hip hop opinions on earth. You know what I'm saying? And this man's one of them. You know what I mean? He does to me what I do to other people in conversations. So me and him, we be talking hip hop so much. I said we need a fucking podcast.
That's all we do. Sit there and stumble each other. You know what I'm saying? Or you think you have a point, and then we sit there and talk of like, you know what? I don't have that point anymore. You don't look at it like that no more. Right?
Yeah, and then you throw a whole goddamn curveball in the mix, man.
All the time, man. All the time.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to get this screen situation sorted out. All right, I guess we're gonna have to do it like that.
Like that, yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna post some other things on the screen, but like one of the things I definitely wanted to get into. So like you've been paying attention, following the Olympics
here and there, because the time frames are crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I've been watching things, but it's always late. So I've been watching the track and field, of course, the basketball. I got a lot to say about the
Yo,
team.
Hold on, what's that? I'm live on a podcast right now. Holla. My bad, man. Because somebody said y'all can hear. Hey, put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, if not, refresh the link. But go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so it's not like I've been, really watching everything. Because I used to watch a lot of it. But now it's a bunch of, who's popping now. So it's Sha'Carri Richardson. What's his name? Lyles, the USA track runner. I've been watching that, and the Team USA. That's about it. I haven't been watching much. That's about it. It's not as interesting as it used to be. So
what I found out is that breakdancing was in the Olympics now. And I found out because
pop locking,
crazy
legs,
like spinning on the cardboard.
Do they have the cardboard?
Nah. But I'm saying like they doing them old school moves. It's windmills, it's up rocking, you know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. Like it looked like
but this is it's in a different country, correct?
It's everywhere. It's America, Canada, France, you know what I'm saying, Belgium.
What kind of music are they using?
I don't know what the music was in the background. I only saw the video on mute, and I only watched the Australian. And like
Okay.
what Kana said, I'm gonna put a comment on the screen. She said it was so hard to watch. Like it was like the kids call it cringe. It was cringy,
I
bro.
gotta watch this. I didn't even know that they even did that. I gotta watch this.
Now they taking it down because she getting so much backlash. You know what I mean? But it was horrendous. Like this was like one of the worst performances that
how do you judge it?
You know if somebody is killing it or not.
But if they was all terrible, then
I'm not saying everybody. First of all,
because you know with the Olympics it's a scoring thing, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
If you pop lock the hardest, that's 10 points. How was it scored?
You have to like maybe go to TikTok to see this.
How to see this?
You know what I mean? Because we can't play it. We can't play it on here.
Yeah, I gotta see it.
But if you were to see, like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't explain this, right? But if I was to take a still shot, I bet you could see she was offbeat in the picture. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's that bad.
I didn't see it. Like I said, I didn't even know it was a thing.
See, but we not even really breakdancing like that no more. So, like, I was expecting the Asian to win. Let me find out who actually won. Hold on. Let me see who won the gold in breakdancing. That's what we need to find out. Son, P. Kim, Asian cat, Canadian won.
Makes sense.
I know for a fact China Mac is cussing me out right now. I know right now he like that fucking Israelite ain't know what he was talking about. We hip hop.
That does not make you hip hop.
Yo,
that does not make you hip hop. But again, they will like to correlate it like that all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, and I think first place for women was Japan.
Bro, that's because they do that there. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, wait. You ever see somebody always said they wonder what Asians do when they get upset. You ever see the Asian kid who when he gets upset, he breakdances?
I've never seen that as well. Where are you watching this at?
I'm on TikTok. I'm deep in the rabbit hole.
Yeah, I don't watch TikTok. I need to start because I'm missing some funny shit.
Hold on. Oh yeah, this right here. Hold up. Let me get this queued up. Share screen. Where is this? Yes, Chinese boy crying. Let me make this full screen for y'all.
It's nice though. Look at him.
Yo, he doing that while
he's killing it though. Like he crying. Yo, I'm just saying, maybe he was sweating. Maybe he was like that. Maybe he just thought he was crying.
Yo, nah, bro, that was real tears.
I don't know, but he killed that though. So that's what I'm saying. So you in the Olympics, right? And he just did that. How do you judge that? Would you give him a 10? Because that looked clean.
I guess you'd have to score it, right? And then compare the scores to everybody else who went. Listen, I don't know how you're gonna score.
That's taking the whole thing about it. Yeah, that's taking.
All I'm saying is though, Australia's down here.
I don't see how they could be good dancers.
They not.
I don't see it. I don't see it going hand in hand. I don't get it. I don't like the idea of it.
But now here's something.
Did USA compete in it?
USA won 3rd place.
That's bad.
They won the bronze.
That's bad. That's bad.
But now here's the thing though, right? And this kind of gets me into like my fact, like, you know what I'm saying, like what I wanted to like kind of touch on this evening, because like this is what I really want to pull up right now. You know what I mean? Like so let me present this again. I'm gonna share the screen. I want to show you like, so they said they love how Snoop Dogg became the mascot of the Olympics. This is a paid 304 right here. You know what I'm saying? Like I want everybody to understand this right now, right? Like, I got a white grandmother, and she loves Snoop Dogg right now. And I'm like, what I'm trying to tell you is like, when you get to that point, when you in a white household, and like, you know what I'm saying, like Shaquille O'Neal, Charles Barkley, and now white people is trusting you, I can't trust you no more. You've crossed a threshold now. You know what I'm saying? Like you have graduated to a new level of sellout. You know what I mean? And the reason why I say this is because how you gonna speak on pro-black issues, how you gonna be upset about what happened with Sonia Macy, and then you go compete for America. Like how do you get upset at the unaliving of a sister from the police, and then you turn around, you know what I'm saying, shucking and jiving all over international TV? Somebody break that down for me. I need to understand.
It's contradictory. It's real. He is contradicting himself. But again, I don't look at Snoop Dogg, right, and sit there and look at him as a supporter of the black community or anything. He's Snoop Dogg. He's corny. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I'm with you on that. Now I'm just trying to say this for everybody who is in love with the idea of Simone Biles winning gold. And this isn't like I'm talking about interrupting people's careers or Sha'Carri Richardson, whatever the case may be, right? But
that's the perfect person to talk about interrupting careers.
But I want to big up Naomi Osaka. Naomi Osaka, basically, her father Haitian, her mother's Japanese, right? And during the last Summer Olympics, she didn't compete for America. She competed for Japan because she said, I am not going to compete for a country that unalives my people.
Correct.
I respect that. You know what I'm saying? Now, we're not supposed to be in the Olympics anyway. It's some pagan shit. But my point being is, you got to at some point take a stand for your own. Otherwise, what, you going to get America glory when America's still, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I get it. But I have this thing. I don't look at him like, right? Oh, look what Snoop is doing, because Snoop's in his own world. He's in Snoop's world. Ever since murder was the case that they gave him and he beat that, he's never been pro-black anything. You know what I'm saying? He's Snoop Dogg, bro.
They all get a case and start acting like that, because that song "Live Your Life" with Rihanna and T.I., I promise you, he was rapping that for the judge.
I can see that.
You know what I'm saying? Like that was like, please don't give me 70 years.
That's what it was. It was a plea. But like I said, when you see, right, Snoop Dogg barely even talk about his kids anymore. You know what I'm saying? Snoop Dogg, he went from gangster, right? Cali this, Cali that, right? Went from a bunch of different phases. He's a phase guy, right? Whatever phase he's in is what he's going to talk about. So right now, everybody's talking about the Olympics. Of course, he's going to talk about it. Once the Olympics is over, the next topic he's going to talk about. But he's never going to press an issue on anything that's important in the black community. He never does.
See, but in that now,
he makes comments on things. He don't speak upon them.
But now he, you know what I'm saying? But then here's the thing though. 2022, he crip walking on stage, and 2022 for Cali was the highest year in recent history for, like, you know what I'm saying, crip on crip violence in Cali. You crip walking, why you ain't trying to parlay? And you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, bro. Like I think
they say in his own they say in Cali in his own hood that he don't go there.
That's what I'm saying.
And he's not opening no business. Not saying that's not true. I don't know if he is, but they don't say he's opening businesses where he's in Long Beach and stuff like that. They don't say he's doing anything. You know what I'm saying? He's just riding the Long Beach wave, but they don't go there. You know what I'm saying?
But now this right here is to get black and Hispanics to watch the Olympics, just like this shit right here. Hold up. Let me switch this over.
Do you think they needed him to do that in order for blacks and Hispanics to even start watching the Olympics?
I think that because they have Sha'Carri and because they have Simone, he adds into a paradigm of, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's a mascot. He a token.
I agree. He is a mascot. The fact that you just used that word, I have to agree with you. He is a mascot. He's a mascot for everything he does.
He's a complete mascot, and that's why, like, let me come over.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
So now same thing, like, and you shared with me your opinions on Dr. Dre. You know what I'm saying? I think we kind of coincide on that as well, because like this something else that bothers me. Rihanna performs for the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? And then also you got Dre, 50, all these folks who went and performed for the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? And then they did this performance, right? I want to play a little bit of this performance, you know what I'm saying, and talk about it.
This was this was 2 years ago, right?
This was 2022 Super Bowl, and this is why I just want to connect some dots that has to do with all
That's
this.
fine. I actually remember this. This one 50 came down upside down, right?
Yeah, this one they said that this one 50 Cent they said was looking like $1. He gonna crip walk. He gonna throw up the seat. Now this is what I mean. This is probably when black viewership was the absolute lowest when it comes down to the Super Bowl, which is why I'm saying they bring him in when they want black people to get back on track. Because a lot of us stopped watching the Super Bowl and the NFL for Colin Kaepernick. If you remember,
I think a lot of people stopped watching not the Super Bowl, the halftime show. You get what I'm saying? Everybody stopped watching the halftime show. It got corny. A lot of people watched the Super Bowl.
Because the people that they actually wanted, who would have gotten people to watch it, Cardi, at the time was one of the hottest artists on the earth. You know what I'm saying? Rihanna, you know what I'm saying, could always draw a crowd. She says, I won't do it for Kaepernick.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And then now 2 years later, they turning around and what? You know what I'm saying? Like now, everybody shucking and jiving on stage again, because this is what they do. They go and they get a sellout. You know what I'm saying? To come.
All right, let me ask you this, right? You got artists, you make music, right?
Right.
If you stand, I know you stand on what you believe in. You try and tell me that if they ask you to perform at the Super Bowl, you not?
Shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Me personally,
you couldn't do it, bro.
Me personally, you know what I mean? Like here's the thing, right? I live a different dynamic, right? You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, I actually check in with my OGs. My OGs is the generals.
Correct.
So if it was an opportunity for that, you know what I'm saying? And then now I'm going out there with a message though. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm having everybody take a knee. I'm having a shirt with every person that, you know what I'm saying, they unalived on it. Like it's gonna be a billboard for us in that capacity. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be for them.
See, the reason why I ask you that is because sometimes, like, all right, to me, you gotta rape the system at times, right? Excuse my language, right? You gotta take from the system sometimes, right? Now, I'm not speaking. I'm not saying this is exactly his logic when he decided to perform there, but bro, they would have paid a Taylor Swift probably twice the amount of that they probably paid him to do that. You get what I'm saying? So but when you say they needed him to draw the black and Hispanic, that's exactly what that was for. But who else could have did that at that point in time? Who else could they have gotten?
There really isn't too many people who have the influence that they have who could have done that, right? But here's the difference, though. I only know one black person who listens to Taylor Swift, and her mama's white.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She the only one I know who actually listens to Taylor Swift. Like, I can't name a Taylor Swift song. I don't know why she's famous.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't. Yeah, I don't know neither. I can't. But I don't even know what the girl looks like. I'm gonna be 100%.
She gotta be.
What she looks like.
She gotta be Illuminati. Like, I don't know how she's famous. I don't know what she does. Like, I know her. You know how I know her? I know her from Kanye disrespecting her at an award show.
See, I forgot that even happened.
That's how I know.
Yeah, I forgot that even happened. You're absolutely right about that. I forgot that even happened. But yeah, I don't know what she's big. I know she's musically, but I don't know. I don't listen to Taylor Swift, so I couldn't tell you.
I can't name one song. You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying, stay on a valid point. You gotta do some real nigga shit while you're there. You know what I'm saying?
They don't get paid to perform.
They don't get paid to perform at the Super Bowl. That's interesting, as far as we know, right?
Yeah, there's got to be
there has to be some type of revenue there,
some kind of backdoor.
There has to be, because I know some of the commercials that get paid. Some of the commercials that get played during the Super Bowl go for millions. Like, they get paid millions for that. It got to be some type of revenue there. If it's not from the Super Bowl per se, it's something. You know what I'm saying? It's something.
Yeah, there's definitely some kind of backdoor transaction.
Yeah, it's something there.
Table, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's something there.
And I mean, it is the biggest. You're like the reason why they crush everybody in the algorithms, like on Instagram, is because how many people tune into the Super Bowl? About 20 million?
I would say about so, yeah.
If you on Instagram and you got 10, 15 million followers, that means every day you have close to the amount of broadcasting power of the actual Super Bowl.
Correct.
So if they don't snuff out your influence, you know what I'm saying, then you're bigger than the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So if the Super Bowl means that much to them, there's no way they're not paying people.
Yeah, no, I don't see there's no way that they're not getting nothing. Not having all those artists, he said they're getting pimped out by the industry. Everybody's getting pimped out by the industry. That's why it's the industry. You know what I'm saying? But there's no way that in some way, shape, or form, they're not getting something for it. You get what I'm saying? Yo, to be honest with you, right? That could be because they had a whole concert after that, didn't they? After the Super Bowl, they did a concert.
I know 50's been on tour for, like, you know what I'm saying? I think he just wrapped it up. I don't know about what they got going, because he did the Get Rich or Die Trying tour.
That was recently though.
Yeah, I think it was like a year's worth, because he went international. I don't know how long it went.
But see, that's the thing too, right? You get people to enjoy that performance. You get a crowd that want to sit there and be part of. All right, now we're going on tour, y'all. You just watch this. We're going on tour. You know what I'm saying? So you may have not got paid by the Super Bowl per se, but that's bringing in revenue some way, somehow, because now you promoted yourself, you promoted it back, because you got to think about it. You know how many people watch the Super Bowl that probably never even heard a Snoop Dogg song, a 50 Cent song, etc. You know what I'm saying? It's promoting yourself.
I think Snoop and I think that 50 have had a greater success at crossing over, especially just from
commercially, right?
Commercially, but like what I mean is, you got some people who don't cross over. When I mean crossover, I mean go to white audiences. You know what I'm saying? You got some audiences who just stay amongst us. You got other audiences that cross over. Correct. 50 crossover because of Eminem. You know what I'm saying? Snoop has been, people say like Snoop been doing side missions. You know what I mean? Like he beat the game already. He's just doing extracurricular activities right now because he's been in video games. He had a show with Martha Stewart. You know what I'm saying? He got his own strain of weed. He got his own, you know what I'm saying? Like he just do what he want, but like everything.
But that was the point that I was trying to make before. That's who he is. So when he does this type of shit with the Olympics, right? That's who he is. Because Snoop Dogg is marketable. He's always been. You get what I'm saying? So when I see him do this with the Olympics, it's not surprising because he's been doing this for years. That's the same guy who played a gangster in Baby Boy, right? And then was on Pharrell's Beautiful song. Like like you don't know what you're getting from. You get the gangster side, you get the family guy. He is what he wants to be at the point in time, and of course, people soak into it. Right? Why? Because he's a so-called gangster, right? He's a black man. He's from California, right? He makes music, so people are gonna listen. He's talking for 4 different genres: music, the streets, being a black man, right? And his name is Snoop Dogg.
I mean,
somebody's gonna catch on.
And this is why I'm saying, like, there's a lot of things in life that bother me. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean, this is
I'm right behind you in line, bro.
This is one of them. Like this, you know what else bothers me? How comfortable white people are around Mike Tyson. That bothers me.
You know why they're comfortable around Mike Tyson?
Because he's another mascot now.
Okay, he is now, but it's because white people feed off someone seeming illiterate. He seems dumb. I always felt like nobody watches Mike Tyson. You laugh at Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? Almost, you seen Rocky, right? When Rocky was making the remember that Rocky movie, right? He was making that commercial.
I seen all 9 of them.
All right, so remember he's watching the commercial and then it was funny. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's the same difference, right? You're not. You just want to laugh at Mike Tyson. He's a laughing stock for the white community, but he don't realize that. But he's getting money. He was broke. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he definitely like went broke 3 times. He getting some bread right now. You know what I'm saying? But like, I mean, it's like they make sport of him. You know what I mean? Like even like, listen, yo, thank God that shit with Jake Paul got clipped. You know what I mean? Like that was a disgrace.
Yeah,
right?
I was hoping that wasn't going to happen too. I was hoping that wasn't going to happen. I was hoping, but yeah, straight mascot. I agree.
That shit bothered me.
Yeah, I agree. Straight mascot.
That bothered me too, because I feel like outside of the bag, it's like a lose-lose. Because even if old buddy would have beat Mike, you beat senior citizen Mike.
No, you wasn't beating Mike. You wasn't beating Iron Mike.
But what I'm saying is, and then even if, so it's either 2 things. You either beat citizen Mike or Mike took a L. You know, like he dropped.
Bro, I'm almost guaranteed that was all a money stunt. That was not whether if he was gonna beat him or not. Mike Tyson knew. What type of person would take a L on purpose? Mike Tyson would definitely lose that. Not because he's not good, it's because he's old. You know what I'm saying?
I think where he's at now, even if he could win, I think he would take an L for the bag where he's at now.
That's my point. It's the bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll get beat up real quick. He's Mike Tyson. He's fucking sick. You know what I'm saying? He's crazy. Why not take the bag? I would have took the bag too. They could pay me 100 bands right now. I'll fight both them motherfuckers. You feel me? The same night. The same night. I don't even need the mill. Mike Tyson doesn't have white fans. DeAndre, I'm sorry. He doesn't. Well, in my opinion, he doesn't have white fans. He has people who like to be able to sit there and clown a black man. He's a fucking circus to them, in my opinion. Nobody, they don't listen to him. You know what I'm saying? Bro, you trying to tell me you really listen to Mike Tyson? I mean, it was great when he wasn't talking, when he was fighting.
I've checked out a couple of things that happened on his podcast, but it was like for entertainment shit. It was like clips. It's not like I'm sitting there thinking I'm gonna get some infinite wisdom from
fucking. That's my point. So do you think that white people are?
Nah, but like I'm talking about
him.
But think about
somebody asked the question. That's why I touched on that point.
Got you.
Yeah.
But now think about, like I said, like I just don't like how comfortable they are around him. Like they like I seen Mike was at a fight and some white guy came up to him, put his arm around him and took a selfie. You know what I'm saying? Like you are not doing that with
something happened with Mike Tyson on like a airplane or something, like a flight he was on.
I don't remember that story.
Yeah, something happened on a flight. He wound up swinging on the dude and all of that, or mushing the dude. Something like that happened on the flight, where the guy got like too close to him and he wound up like mushing the dude or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but how long ago was that?
Almost. It can't be no more than 2 years ago.
No way.
Positive.
But do you see how they think he's approachable now? Because the only way you doing something like that in 95 is like if you want a lawsuit.
Because he has publicists now. He has people around him that's going to make sure he doesn't do those type of things that he would have done back then. You know what I'm saying? Bro, come on. You think if they was publicists when Mike Tyson was Iron Mike, he would have gotten into the shit he got into? If we had an Iron Mike now, right? Compared to back then, you think he would have had the same career?
I don't really know because like
He had a better career, bro.
Mike was the type of guy that who could control him.
Money controls Mike Tyson.
This is a true statement, but I'm talking about as far as if somebody wanted to be the voice of reason. He not hearing that shit.
Think about it. Mike Tyson is more of a control statement, right? A state of mind right now. When we have phones, we have more media. He's doing better now than he did in his actual young career. You feel me? So his guidance is different. You can tell he ain't had nobody guiding him before. He was misguided, bro.
He had Customato before. He lost his mind after Customato.
Exactly. After Customato died, it was over. You know what I'm saying?
Now let me show you what I'm talking about. Like this is
what Customato died when he was how old? 19?
I think so, somewhere around there. But this is
I'm feeling beautiful. I didn't even see it. I'm feeling beautiful.
Like
right. Just like people say that Kanye West has issues. He has issues, bro. Why don't we not understand that he has issues, bro? He has issues. He has issues. Just saying, bro. What are you expecting from Mike Tyson, bro? He said he has issues, bro. He's fucked up in that, bro. He's not all the way there. I don't even think he's 50% there.
I'm just saying, man, like, you know, seeing a cat, you know, like, you know, there's a video on YouTube that says 40 minutes of Mike Tyson knockouts. And then to see him dressed like a bumblebee, that hurts my soul.
I'm saying just because you can fight don't mean you're a good person in real life, a logical person in real life. Just because you can rap don't mean you're logical in real life. You know what I'm saying? That's profession compared to reality. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I'm with you on that. And that's why, like, I'm tired of people looking at these people like they leaders. And I think that's been a lot of like my segment.
Wait, who looks at Mike Tyson as a leader?
I'm talking about just, you know what I'm saying, like celebrities in general. You know what I'm saying? People turn around, listen to what they say as if their philosophy really means something in life when all they care about is a goddamn bag.
I wouldn't use Mike Tyson in that category of what you just said.
I'm across the board. Take it off Mike Tyson. I'm talking about from Snoop all the way moving forward, you know what I'm saying, to everything we've been talking about since the show started.
Well, that makes sense. I can't say you're wrong on that, but when it comes to Mike Tyson, I feel like he's a clown. But he's a clown for the media. He's a clown to make people understand that, okay, you know, regardless of what you guys think of Mike Tyson, let's still show y'all how crazy he still is. How to me, I feel like they use him as a circus, as they did in slave times. You know what I'm saying? How they put people up for fucking shows. You know what I'm saying? It's the same fucking thing.
You know, I think about it like what you saying right there for the slaves. I always think about Samson in the Bible, yo. You know what I'm saying? When they took him to the arena and they chained him up, they said they made sport of him. You know what I'm saying? Like once he was in a weakened state, because when he was in his prime, none of them was messing with him. Once he was in a weakened state, they put him on the stage to showcase. Like it's like how could I explain it? It's like a media version of Breaking the Buck.
Okay.
If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I do.
Where you take the biggest cat, you know what I'm saying, that you think would fight against the slave master and break him. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what we can do.
But you see, all right now, but you look at Mike Tyson, right? And we talk about boxing, right? Because you have to talk about, if you correlate boxing and, well, anything about Mike Tyson, you have to correlate boxing, right? Now, why are they not doing these things with Floyd Mayweather? Why are we not saying, okay, right? Why is Floyd Mayweather not speaking up? Why is Tank Davis not speaking up? Those are logical points because those are people that are relevant now. You know what I'm saying? Those people that speak logic are supposed to be logical, right? Who should be leaders that are not.
But Tank,
I don't expect Mike Tyson to be a leader. I'm sorry.
Have you ever heard Tank Davis speak?
Yes, but if you look at look what you said though. Right? I agree with that. But if you don't expect that from Tank, why I expect that from Mike? Mike is worse. Mike's worse.
I think so, but this is what I mean though, right? I guess I think I wish that our people had the mind state that they understood that if you end up in a position of fame, by proxy, you're a role model. And by proxy of you being a role model, that comes with responsibility. Whereas we start, you know what I'm saying, selling our ass, for lack of a better term. You know what I'm saying? No Diddy. You know what I'm saying? And now you got like, because it's Kaepernick did it. Naomi Osaka did it. These are recent people. And in the boxing world, you know what I'm saying? You talk to anybody, 90% of people is going to talk about Muhammad Ali being the greatest. He did it to a point where he was stripped of his Olympic gold medals. So there's a caliber that changed. You know what I'm saying? Like even at the Olympics, you know what I'm saying? All them years ago, you know what I'm saying? Them brothers threw their fist up on the platform. You know what I'm saying? Like now in the midst, and that's why I started this off with the whole Sonia Massey. Now people want to be fake woke. They want to be, they want to, they ain't marching or they ain't protesting unless there's a hashtag attached to it.
That's what it goes with everything though nowadays. That's all the time. We had marches going around the whole fucking New York State, the whole fucking country, when a lot of people died, from George Floyd's to Trayvon Martin's. They all rest. That's what we do. That's what happens. Nobody stands on anything, right? Standing on business is not a thing in the black community, right? Standing on your own priorities is. That's the fucking problem, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? You're there for the second. You're not there once it's over. It's back to once it's back to reality. Everybody forgets.
Now I'm with you 100% on that. You know what I mean? But that's what I mean. Like, so it's a lot of hypocrisy. You know what I'm saying? And I just try to use it as like a prop. You know what I'm saying? Just to raise some awareness on the shit. Because don't turn around and then drop the hashtag. Don't act fake outraged and then enjoy the Olympics and celebrate, you know what I'm saying, gold medals and glory for America. America's the one doing it.
They're not dropping their bags, bro, for nobody, bro. And I don't know if I wouldn't either. Because I ain't getting paid for supporting some shit that's not going to be heard anyway. Well, let's be clear here. Okay, say Snoop Dogg sits here and like, pro-black, etc., right? What is that doing for anybody? What's the gain there?
I'll give you an example, right? A primary example of what the game would be. And then also I'm about to drop this link in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Just so y'all know, this is an open platform. So anybody that want to come up, you know what I'm saying, y'all could join the stream yard, you know what I'm saying, and join us.
Y'all join the stream, man. We would like to hear other people's take on things, man.
Yeah, come through and talk shit. So now what happens is Snoop, right? I want to say it had to be like a year ago, said he was going to stop smoking. After he said that, about 5 other celebrities, you know what I'm saying, I think Meek was one of them, you know what I'm saying, a handful of people all posted, hey, man, we with Uncle Snoop on that. You know what I'm saying? It's time to stop smoking. And then you had a conversation. You had the side of people that says, hey, I love you, Snoop, but you crazy. I ain't putting the blunt down. And then you had another side that was like, you know what, man, if Snoop could stop, I could stop. That's the power of influence that you got. You know what I'm saying? So we could just look at it like he's this goofy,
But influence pertaining to certain topics, though. You don't look at Snoop in certain aspects of reality and then say Snoop is a logical person to listen to.
Yeah, I mean, listen, bro, just like, I don't know why they bringing Cameron on CNN. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but that's why CNN looks stupid for doing that.
Like, what do you...
They don't even look dumb by doing that. He made them look stupid for that. You know what I'm saying?
Let me pull that up. Yeah.
He made them look stupid for that. Let's be clear. He definitely did. And that's their fault. That was their fault. They thought, and they thought they can use him, right, as a mascot, and it didn't happen. But again, you expect that from Cameron, though. You expect him not to be a mascot. Do you really expect that from Snoop Dogg? No.
Nah, I don't. But you posed the question, and the question that you posed was, what would it do? I think that you have different people for different arenas. And if you want to get people off weed, you got to use the person who got them on weed. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
but if you want to talk logical and you want to talk about Black and Hispanics having some power, you don't go to Snoop Dogg for those answers.
No, absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think people need to hit up Commanding General Yohana, because it's like athletes, celebrities, all of them are not leaders and they need guidance. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I just want to play this joint right here because it's like this is like I don't know why they keep inviting him.
When you saw that video of Diddy, Cassie in that hotel, did you recognize that Sean Combs?
What I want to say, first of all, when I seen the video, everything in the video is egregious. I'm against. I don't support all the charges that's alleged against him. I don't support any of that trafficking, minors, domestic violence. I'm totally against it. So when I seen the video, yeah, I was kind of upset with it. Being that I know him, he's not necessarily a friend, but yeah, I was upset when I seen it. But
did you recognize
everything
him?
I just said?
Did you recognize that kind of anger at all from your experiences?
I don't like that. What do you mean? Do I be recognized? Did I recognize him? I seen him. What do you mean my experiences? I seen him and I thought it was disgusting. I didn't do a zoom in to see if it was really him or nothing, but he admitted it was him. So yeah, it was him.
What did you think about the apology that he gave in that other video?
Ain't me for this. The apology ain't for me. It decides for Cassie. What I think about it don't matter. Ain't do nothing to me. Cassie need to ask Cassie if she accept the apology. I told you how I feel. I said what I said.
I want to play a conversation that you had on your podcast back in September with Mace. Listen.
Yeah.
When you had your record deal, why did you take me to Biggie Smalls and not Bad Boy?
Man, it's almost gonna bring me to tears to say this. I just, being that I saw you as such a good friend, I want to put you with somebody I knew with.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. A lot of people ask me that on Instagram, man. Don't have me just out here crying and shit, man. I don't want to get emotional in here, man.
Instantly, I knew Biggie would do right by you.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that? I mean, is there something known in the industry about how Diddy treated his artists?
Yeah, the Pink Horse promotion is hilarious.
Crazy,
bro.
Hilarious.
I'm just going off what Mace said.
That was the right move.
I don't really.
Yo, that was the greatest move. Smart.
So I appreciate what Mace said, and of course, that's my brother. So if he felt that way, then he felt that way. I can't really tell you how.
Now you know he came on there just to do that.
I honestly feel like he came on there thinking they pulled him up there for something else and say, you know what, being on my head now, I'm gonna be an asshole about it. He got the whole, you know what, y'all want to play with me? He got that whole vibe about him right there. The whole time he's sitting there fronting like, y'all want to play with me? Now I'm gonna stand on y'all now. He got that whole vibe about him right there.
It was definitely a bait and switch. They definitely called him up for something and hit him with the Diddy question.
Exactly. They tried to finagle him and he wasn't having it. But that's my point. You expect him to not fall for that. You know what I'm saying? But Snoop wouldn't have did that like that. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, never. Snoop, you know what I'm saying? Like, now he media trained. I don't know how deep he would have went into the bag on it.
Because he's been popping for years, bro. Of course he's media trained. Of course. He's been that guy from Cali for years. He's bigger than Dre is. Who's bigger than Snoop coming out of Cali?
Nah, there's nobody.
Exactly. He's the man.
There's absolutely nobody. But Cam, every time he ends up on the news, he acts a fool. Like that shit with him and Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah.
That shit's going down in infamy too.
Listen, I gotta, like I said, I respect Cam. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he did what he was supposed to do. First of all, when I heard about the CNN shit before I even watched it, I'm like, he better have made that shit hilarious. He better have. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't upset me. You know what I'm saying? He didn't upset me at all. He did what he was supposed to do on CNN. That's it. Real nigga shit.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna run that one back too. Hold up.
Real nigga shit. I don't expect no real nigga shit from fucking Snoop Dogg. Sorry.
No, that's a fact. And I like what he said too. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like, that's for Cassie to say. You know what I'm saying? Let me see this joint right here.
I better buy.
Swap this joint right here.
Kids hurt children. How do you hurt children by promoting to be an entrepreneur and a CEO and to do right by? Looking at by example, for example. Yeah, why you're looking at a principle? Why you don't want to let him talk?
You mad?
No, wrong. You're looking
I got dirt on you, doggy.
Cameron,
I'm gonna get at you in a minute.
go ahead.
Bro, like right then and there, they should have never brought him on the news.
You're not going to take from him that, and I have to fucks with. I fucks with that. You're not going to take from who he is, regardless of the situation, because he know he's going to get to his bag regardless. You know what I'm saying? You're not stopping his paper, and I gotta respect that. But talking about Cameron, right? I did want to bring up a topic about hip hop being, well, podcasting being the new retirement for hip hop.
Okay, because you know what the original retirement was, right?
Let me hear it.
Playing a cop on TV.
That's a fact.
That was the original retirement
for
hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, 50 did it. A lot of people, yes.
You know what I'm saying? Ice-T. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to go from gangster rapper, you know what I'm saying, to cop on TV.
But I wanted to bring that up. Like, what's your thoughts on that? Like, basically, like, how did being a podcast, because not everybody's doing it. I can't say who was the first to actually start doing it, right? Because Buttons was doing it for a while. So I don't want to say he was the first.
I think that from COVID on is where we get a boom of content creators, you know what I'm saying? But really, I think it was the full-on marginal success of Drink Champs. I think Drink Champs is real, like Button might be like the pioneer from Everyday Struggle.
Correct. But
I think Drink Champs took it to the next level that now had everybody else wanting to open up.
I'm gonna, in my opinion, I think Flip the Script is the one who put it out there for rappers to become streamers. Shout out to Flip the Script though. That's my If you don't know who he is, watch Flip the Script, man. You know what I'm saying? Good dude, funny, hilarious. But he's very in tune with music, right? But a lot of people who are podcasting, well, rappers that are podcasting now are friends with him. He's been, Flip the Script been doing that for a while. When he was years ago, man. He's been doing that for a while.
So I think, okay, I like now you might not like, you know what I'm saying, what Cam and Mace is doing as far as sports, right? But we're in an era where there's not so much of a chokehold on media.
It's not that I'm sorry if I cut you off. Okay, continue. My bad, bro.
I guess this would be the point, though. The point would be, I want to see more of our own representation in media, and I want to see more media where you're getting us more raw, uncensored, where you know what I'm saying, it's not like a script that's coming down on high and what we can and can't talk about, and we actually get, you know what I'm saying, more raw and dealings of transparency. You know what I'm saying?
And we had this conversation before, and you asked me about that, and I felt like with their podcast, it's about sports, right? Making things funny, right? And I feel like they could be touching a lot of big topics that they don't touch on. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing with Cam and Mace's podcast. Lots of things they could touch on that they don't. And to me, watching two grown men, to be honest with you, continue to say pause, right? Over and over again, bro, it's corny.
Okay. And that right now,
it's corny. Right?
In the beginning, it was funny. Now it's getting corny. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of, like, okay, to me, their chemistry makes the show.
It is their chemistry, without a doubt. 100% is their chemistry.
They chemistry, they history, correct. And the fact that they both ignorant. Like, even like, I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. Like that whole Mace monologue to Jay Prince.
Yeah, that was great. Gold. That was great.
That's gold.
That was great.
Not your little niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That was great.
Bruh, like this
was great, my bro. I'm telling you, that was great.
That shit there, you know what I mean? Like it's shit that we need to see.
Yeah. Or as OGs to understand, stop being a little nigga. You know what I hate? And when May said that, touched on me, right? Not too long ago, I seen a man's of mine, right? He was like, my OG, right? The OG told me such and such and such. Like, how you the OG? You like 15 years older than him.
Right.
Where'd that go? Do we not know what OG stands for anymore? OG? That's not your OG. So now you got older heads calling younger dudes they OGs. Got the game fucked up. So when he said that, to me, it was like, bro, we not no little niggas. Like, understand your time frame. Understand your age. Respect your age. You feel me? And he couldn't explain it no better, in my opinion.
Nah, he did it perfectly. You know what I'm saying? And then even when he was like, listen, and I ain't never respected street dudes. That's why I had the type of problems that I have. You know what I mean? And I understand, I'm trying to tell you, he was talking, like, I understood completely what he was trying to take away, but
correct.
I like this podcast era. I mean, on a regular scale, you know what I'm saying? I think podcasting is like the new mixtape. You know what I'm saying? Like the way everybody trying to hustle they mixtape or you know what I'm saying? Everybody trying to do content creation. We in an era of content creation. We on a podcast right now. What I like though is there's a lot of stories that we're getting now that we didn't get a chance to from the interactions. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like how many DMX stories we got, how many pun stories we got. You know what I'm saying? I never knew that the Locks was trying to poke Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? Mike Tyson coming through at the tunnel. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to the Locks. They going on tour too. Shout out to the Locks.
Shout out to the Locks. I think it's their 20th or 30th anniversary or something. Right, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I go to see Jada once a year.
Yeah,
but
shout out to the Locks, man.
I think I like where we're at now. Now, is it I don't know if I would call it the retirement plan, but I feel as though it's the next stage of progression because you got ESPN trying to offer Tom Brady a contract now for him to come, you know what I'm saying, be a host. Like, it's like,
but that's why it's the retirement plan.
It makes sense though as far as media. You know what I'm saying? Now you know what I would like to see? I would like to see our own hip hop Hall of Fame. You understand? Where we actually have, you know what I'm saying, our own, where we take care of certain monuments, you know what I'm saying? And what I would also like to see is where we go back and like pioneers don't make money. You know what I'm saying? So if you turn around and you thanking Kool Herc, where's his pension fund? Like where's all the cats who made multi-millions making sure that he ain't impoverished? You know what I'm saying? And I mean across the board. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like we need to become gatekeepers and we need to establish that in anything it is that we have our hand in and that we were the actual creator.
I agree. But this was my point of wanting to make this a topic of discussion, right? This is why hip hop is where it's at now, right? Because there are no OGs of hip hop anymore, right? So you have the OGs, right? We have Cam, we have Mace, we have Gilly, right? Because Gilly got his podcast with his cousin,
right?
Shout out to them too, because it's a great podcast, right? You got Buttons and them, etc., right?
I like.
Go ahead.
Oh, I didn't mean to cut you, but and what's his name too? Mav Hoffa.
Mav Hoffa's the barbershop thing, right? It's great.
Shit hot.
Yes. All right. These are pioneers of hip hop in certain aspects, right? But now, why are we not holding them accountable as much as we're holding Snoop Dogg accountable for standing up for what we believe in as Black and Hispanics? Because they're not standing up for anything neither.
And that's why they all fall under the same category. But I'll tell you what.
So you got to say they're mascots as well.
I think any single person, you know what I'm saying, that we don't know about taking a stand is definitely a mascot in a capacity. It's just a matter of what level they're a mascot, because You know what I'm saying? And this ain't no knock at Math Hoffa, you know what I'm saying? But ain't nobody calling him for the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but my thing is too, though, don't mean to cut you off. What standard we expecting people to take at this point?
What I would like to see start to happen, right, is a handful of things. I'd like to see more black athletes going to HBCUs instead of the white prominent schools. Okay. I'd like to see, you understand, the athletes from the past coming through in order to coach them and guide them, in order to start, you understand, building them and giving them protection and guidance. In the same area, this is my other beef with hip hop. There's no fathers in hip hop.
That's what I mean about the OGs, that they're doing podcasts now.
Exactly. Like, there's nobody who passed this down. And the only city that I ever see, right, who works together is Atlanta. Yeah. Atlanta is the only city that don't have no crab in a barrel mentality, because they all doing features together.
Atlanta and Jersey's. Shout out to Jersey. Jersey's sticking together.
But I mean,
Jersey's sticking together.
I'm not gonna say that they're not sticking together.
They right there.
But they don't got the type of pull that New York has. They don't got the type of pull Cali has. They don't got the type of pull that Atlanta has. And listen, when it comes to music, right? New York and Atlanta are the music capitals of the world right now. You know what I'm saying? New York, because any artist had to get broken in New York, you know what I'm saying? Because every major label was here. You know what I'm saying? And Atlanta, because they took that shit over, because they started working with each other. Like New York, we had too much of a crab in a barrel mentality. We act like you were going to stop my shine or you was going to stop my money. Whereas in Atlanta, they feel like you're not about to stop my bag. We can get to the bag together. Like, if you make money, it ain't hurting my pocket.
Their beef is different. That's all it is. Their beef is different. New York niggas hate on the niggas in front of camera. And we as New Yorkers, we ain't holding our fucking tongue for shit. We gonna say it. Atlanta niggas beef behind closed doors, bro. You know what I'm saying? You just don't know about their beef.
Even if we don't, it's hard for me to see the beef when they all on the records together, when they all collabing. It's hard for me to see beef.
You know how many songs are not even made in person anymore?
Yo, the only people though, now that's just because of technology.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
But you don't even gotta get along anymore.
But what I mean is, the only people we seen beef in Atlanta was Thug and what was his name that fell off?
Thug and who?
You know what I'm talking about. He used to run with them boys. I can't even remember his name. That's how hard he fell off. Rich Homie, Quan.
Oh, yeah.
They're the only people that the beef was public. Everybody else worked together. Everybody else working together so much that Thug ain't even talking down on Gunna.
Yeah, but no shade to Atlanta. Atlanta rappers are, bro, they like, it's no real gangster in them, in my opinion, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta think about it. Yo, in the jungle, we from New York, bro. The jungle is the jungle. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta's Atlanta. Them motherfuckers, everybody know everybody. You know what I'm saying? We got 5 boroughs. You go to Atlanta, you go to Augusta, you go to, everybody still know everybody. You feel me? It's tight knitted. So you won't. I could be beefing with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm definitely super cool with somebody you know, and because of that, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna happen. In New York, I got beef with you. It's fuck you, fuck your whole team, fuck your whole family, fuck your whole squad.
Okay, now the
dynamic is different.
I will say that there is that type of venom in New York, but the one thing different too that I'll say about Atlanta is mainly a black city. You know what I'm saying? So from that being a main central hub of blackness, I feel like they have way less influence from other races that's dividing them too.
Listen, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I don't expect no gritty nothing from no Young Thug. I don't care what he's in court for now. You wearing blouses. Of course you're gonna forgive a nigga. Of course you're gonna be cool with a nigga. I don't see nothing really tough, no stand-up men coming from Atlanta. If you can name one right now, now, not past tense, now.
Only person that I've ever seen that I like his character is Lil Baby.
He's from Charlotte. So
no, that's the Baby.
Oh, you talking about Little Baby? He's from Atlanta?
Yeah, he's from Atlanta.
You listen to him?
Not as often. There's some songs I like from him. You know,
I'm saying as a sweet side. There's no sweet side that you see coming from him.
Nah, like you know what I'm saying. Like what I see about him is, I feel like he got a little thoroughness to him. You know what I'm saying?
I see that from him. I'm not saying there's no thoroughness from those areas. That shit is everywhere. But I'm saying from Thug and all of them, bro, like
Thug put on the dress. Like there's certain cats.
Whoa,
there's certain cats that I think that they're like okay, like for example, Lil Nas X.
I don't even want to go there. Why we going there?
I'm gonna use him as my reference point for Thug. I think that he's LGBT for pay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that he really, you know what I'm saying, like on the rainbow. I feel
that way about Uzi Vert too.
I feel that way about Uzi, and I feel that way about, you know what I'm saying, and I feel that way about Thug. Like now I don't know as to.
You think Thug is playing that way?
I think that maybe he might have been converted at a later time, but I think earlier on, everything about him shifted, and I don't
think there's no conversion in Atlanta. That's the thing with Atlanta. You can be a LGBT thug in Atlanta.
I think
you can't do that here.
Maybe he is, but this is what I think. I think that him and Rich Homie, to me, had almost identical sounds. They were coming up, and then I seen one of them take off, put the dress on, and I seen the other one go left because I don't think that Quan was willing to do what Dogg was going to do for the bag. And that's what I mean about the switch up. That's what I mean about the, you know what I'm saying, where he fully came into it.
I agree with that statement. I have no debate there.
If it wasn't for that reference point, then I would say, yeah, you got a point, but I seen everything shift. I seen him go from.
I agree with you.
Hey, Chaataza, man, let me get a sound check. Oh, he frozen. But that's where that comes from. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't know. I feel like that's the industry. Like from what I see is like, and this is why, even with what we're talking about with the media, I think we need our own, because when we don't have our own, they can dictate to us what happens. And that's why, like, look at Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon said the Jews were black, and then they neutered him. You know what I'm saying? And put him on an apology tour, made him donate to small hat funds, and then turned around and gave him sensitivity training with a rabbi.
But again, I'm not taking nothing or no words from a man like Nick Cannon.
But this is what I'm trying to say though. Nick Cannon is somebody, like, look at what Cam did, right? Cam took $250,000. He took $250,000 and built that studio and started that podcast. Mace comes along as a guest. Mace ain't into sports like Cam is. That's why Mace say some erroneous points and gotta apologize later, because he ain't really watching sports like that. Cam talks sports like me and you talk hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Mace is just there because he's like, you got a really nice thing going on. I'd like to be a part of it. So he gets down with his brother. They invest. From that point, from them having a lock on their own media, they scaled the business that started with $250K to the point where they got a $20 million deal. Now, could they have scaled that on their own? Yeah, I believe so, absolutely. But my point in saying is, Nick Cannon got long money. Why is it now that when you get a little bit of pressure, you fold, and instead of starting your own wilding out without, you know what I'm saying, Viacom or whoever you tied with, you now buckle? And that's what I mean about, I'm for the podcast. I'm for the media, because we're getting away from their control and we're getting towards doing things on our own, where we can control the narrative, where we can have a pitch. You get what I'm saying?
I get that, but I feel like the control is being taken away when you're not talking about anything besides what white people want to hear anyway.
But
they're not talking about anything.
But that's what this is for. You know what I'm saying? Because
podcasting, right?
I mean, somebody like me or you who's not afraid, because you know what I'm saying. Like, one, you know, I'm not sitting on 20 mil right now. Cool. I'm not worried about an endorsement.
I wouldn't fall if I was sitting on 20 mil either.
Even if I was, I would use that to scale even further. I would use that to get the message broader. But I'm not. I don't got no hole in my blood where I would sell my ass. Pause. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't got no, I don't got that in me where I've ever compromised on anything that I stood for. I don't expect them to do that.
I agree. I see you got somebody pulled up on the screen. He going through some difficulties.
Yeah, I think both of them is having a little connectivity issues, man. So I'm a wait for y'all to get y'all joint together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I agree that. I just feel like that's all right. I see a lot of more things popping up.
But I think
I agree. You see what I'm saying? We gotta stop. You gotta stop selling the business, because to me, a podcast makes sense to me, right? It's a great idea. Only if you selling and promoting, right? What needs to be heard. Right, and there's no podcasting that's really doing that. All they're really doing to me is sharing what we already know. Right, you're not going to Cam and Mason's show and hearing shit that you don't already know. You're not going to Button shit. You're not going to what's his name again? The Philly dude. I just said his name. You're not going to them, Gilly. You're not going to them to find out information. You're not going to them to learn anything. You're going there to hear what you already know. And to me, that's what's don't make sense. If you have a podcast and you got millions of viewers, right? Talk about what you know your people need to hear or should hear. Right? Gilly posted him buying that his cousin bought him a car for his birthday, right? A Philadelphia Eagles car, which is cool, which is great. Thank you, right? You have not heard him touch on anything about politics or anything important that we need to be hearing. They don't talk about nothing.
Now, I'm with you on that 100%. Now, and real quick, right? Speaking of, I'm about to end the stream on Cross the Line. We're still going to be broadcasting on Lost Tribes. So, you know what I'm saying? So anybody who's watching from Lost Tribes, I just dropped the link inside the chat. You know what I'm saying? So join us over. All right. But now, you know what I'm saying? With all that being said, right? And it's like I said, I don't expect them to really talk about the real, because you know who I expect.
You have to, because when you don't expect them, you're basically co-signing the shit that they do.
Nah, but that's why I would be saying that I co-sign that if I wasn't already on the mission that I'm on and speaking against it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I mean it in this capacity too, because even with what you're saying, did you see on the Button podcast not that long ago, right, where Vince Staples came on?
I haven't.
And as soon as Vince Staples started talking about how we gotta get control over hip hop and the narrative, because if not, we're letting white record executives. Nobody ever talks about what they're doing inside of this. We want to talk about Drake and Kendrick, but we don't want to talk about what they doing on the streaming side and how they robbing us and XYZ. And as soon as they went there, crickets. Nobody had nothing to say. Nobody wanted to talk about it. He's like, you see, y'all afraid of massa. You know what I'm saying?
Because there's no money in talking about that.
None of them will talk about it because they don't want to lose their endorsements. They don't want to lose future contracts. They don't want to speak against the power that be. They don't have the tenacity to pick up that battle. I'm gonna see if I can find that video clip so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. And you know what I'm saying? And peace to Chaataza, you know what I'm saying? Chaataza, what's going on, y'all?
What's going on, man? What's going on?
Hey, shalom, sir. Yahaba Shemash and what's going on, bro? How y'all
Hey,
doing?
Lord Christ. I'm trying to get everybody on the screen right now. I don't know where Chaataza went though. Damn, both of y'all done disappeared.
Nah, I see him.
All right, well, we're gonna figure it out. But I want to see. I might have this joint on here. You know what I'm saying? Let me see something. Vince Staples, Joe Budden, and it had to be when he called up. Yeah. Here we go. Let me try to find it too.
Hey, big up, priest. You're quite the czar. It's like I got a good mic.
What's going on, sir? Yahaba Shemash
What's going on?
What's up? What's good? What's good, brother? How you say your name? Nate Starg's?
Just call me Nate, bro. That's good enough, my brother.
All right, bet.
Let me I think I might have found it. I think I got the minute marker too. I'm gonna show you exactly what I mean. And this right here is a prime example of what we talking about right now. Where you just stated about how they ain't gonna talk about what we don't know, they just gonna talk about what we do know. Let me show you something.
All super important. I agree with you. More attention needs to be paid to those areas. But we're gonna talk about that J. Cole apology, nigga, and what it did for the competitive nature of hip hop. That's the problem. You LA niggas, y'all don't compete. Y'all just rob niggas, shoot niggas, kill niggas. Y'all ain't got time for competition. See how everything I say to you, you respond with such a heavy heart, like such a loaded, substantive fucking monologue.
Well, I mean, I care about niggas though. I care about niggas. Like I don't think it's fair when only the niggas gotta lose in hip hop since the beginning of time. What white boy has ever lost in the business?
All right, I'm hanging up on you, buddy.
Exactly.
Now you see that? You see, as soon as somebody drops something raw with some substance, he gonna turn around and say, "All right, I'm hanging up on you."
It's a locket, sir. That sound like bitch ass nigginess.
That's what I'm.
That part.
I'm gonna run it back a little bit, just for the, you know what I'm saying.
That's the problem. You LA niggas, y'all don't compete. Y'all just rob niggas, shoot niggas, kill niggas. Y'all ain't got time for competition. See how everything I say to you, you respond with such a heavy heart, like such a loaded, substantive fucking monologue.
Well, I mean, I care about niggas though. I care about niggas. Like I don't think it's fair when only the niggas gotta lose in hip hop since the beginning of time. What white boy has ever lost in the business?
All right, I'm hanging up on you, buddy.
Exactly. You niggas don't want to talk about it. Y'all have fun, man. Make sure when you shuck and jive, you pour the salt on the ground. Master like a soft shoe. Master like a soft shoe.
Oh, that's a soft shoe, yo. Oh, my man. Tap dancing.
See, he said the right thing. Master like a soft shoe.
That's real. That's real. He sound like the type of cat that's getting paid by Massa. Like he sound like a nigga that don't want to lose his position by letting some real nigga say what say the real thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's why he gotta laugh over what he's saying, because it's like, damn, you keeping it too real right now. I gotta laugh over you and get you off the line.
Yeah,
I can't let you speak anymore.
your words. Facts.
Crazy.
You know why I have no respect for Joe Budden? Y'all remember when the Migos was there and he dropped the mic and walked off in the middle of the interview? Like what Vince Staples just pulled out, you know what I'm saying, about Joe Budden? Yo, I kid you not. Every single black artist that Joe Budden interviewed, he disrespected. He insulted, said he didn't like their music, had something negative to say. Any white boy he interviewed, he was damn ready to, you know what I'm saying, get on his knees for him. You know what I mean? Post Malone came through. He dropped the cigarette. He's like, no, don't go. I'll get it for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a cat who loved Massa. This is like when Vince Staples said, I love niggas. I love niggas. I love black Hispanics and Native Indians. I love niggas, spics, and wetbacks. And that's why I'll talk about this shit. That's why Vince will talk about this shit. You know what I'm saying? Them, they don't give a damn about it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a slave.
And Salakia, sir, if I may, yesterday
you ain't got to do all that. Just jump in. You know what I'm saying, and just drop what you want to drop.
And if I may, what we were speaking about, sir, was real heavy yesterday, man. It shows that, man, our people as a nation, man, when it comes to our people, though, we can't deal with each other, though. But when it comes to the other nations or other races, though, we a bunch of flunkies, according to them.
No, and that's what I'm saying. This is the problem, and this is why they bringing up. If we're gonna talk about Snoop and how he a mascot and he's shucking and jiving, then anybody, like, if you doing a podcast, you in essence are making yourself a news broadcaster. You generating content based
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Based off of the news. Now, what are you reporting on?
You can't report on shit we already know. You're not reporting. You're gossiping. If you already know it's gossip, right? We're talking about the same shit we already know, right? Now, for those who are not gonna sit there and tune into the news, how many young kids, etc., actually sit there and turn on to the news or even watch TV in general, right? You can scroll through TikTok, you won't see not one news feed, right? But you got these people, etc., who's dealing with a bunch of YouTubers and etc., but can voice their opinions, are not saying anything at all. Anything at all. They all just look at all of them, right? Look, kickback. They relaxing, making money off telling the shit we already know.
And they had no problem when it came down to capitalizing off of the beef with Drake versus Kendrick. But like I said, as soon as a real topic comes up, he said, "I'm hanging up on you." You know,
last time I checked, the only people that kept talking about dramas, females, some female shit.
No, that's all that it is. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I wanna try to find this one part too, man, when he was actually on the podcast, because this joint. Hold on, let me see if I can find this point.
Notice how Flip though sits quiet, doing a lot of the female shit.
Yeah, because he ain't. You know what I'm saying?
Like, he has his own other streamer, on streamers. But he talks about a lot of shit, and the people that he fucks with talk about a lot of shit.
Hey, if I could, man,
can't do that with
Joe Biden. My bad, but Joe Biden's response, you know what it's reminiscent of to me? It's somewhat reminiscent of Lil Yachty and the other cat's response to Sexy Red. You know, just dismissive, and when it's time to face a real fact, it's like, oh, let's change the topic. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
and of course, like, you know, these are rappers, entertainers, and yes boys, do boys. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't really look at them as somebody.
They're media trained children.
Yeah, I'm not looking at them as somebody I should get advice from, but you know, having the power that they have and the influence they have, and we're in the age of influencers, right? It's influencers everywhere, but what are they influencing us? You know what I'm saying, to do, or what are they influencing us, you know, to have a mindset of, you know what I mean? Like, why are we not tackling problems? If we're supposed to be influencers, we're supposed to be influencing the culture, then why are we not attacking these problems that we have? You know what I'm saying? We see that there's a cultural difference, a racial difference in the music industry. We see that there's a sexual abuse scandal and shit going on within the Black community. You know what I mean? And we're refusing to address those things. We know that these things exist, but we're refusing to address it. We dismissing it. You know what I mean?
But
and that's what Joe Biden just did.
See, refusal is one thing, right? And the lack of taking away from your bag is another, right? They're not going to talk about those things because they don't sell. There's no money in that, right? You're not gonna get an audience having a conversation about that, which you should, right? Because that makes people woke and educated and wanting to learn something and know what's going on, right? Why would these people that we're talking about go ahead and talk about those topics? They don't sell. So instead of these OGs, etc., that we expect to speak about these things, they're never gonna talk about them. It doesn't make sense for them to. Which is why they shouldn't have as many views as they shouldn't be supported the way they're supported. How many times have you, Capt Chaataza, etc., I don't know if you other two gentlemen watch these podcasts, but how many times have you watched them?
I don't watch full. I don't like the only. I watch
It
clips.
don't even matter if you watch a full episode. You can watch a short, but how many of them do you watch?
A handful. I'm not like religiously.
Now, even if you agree what they're talking about or not, you watched it. That's a view,
right?
You get what I'm saying? So right there, you already supported it. If it was a dislike or a like, it's a view.
Facts.
No,
I totally agree with that. I totally agree.
It's a view. But now, if it took one person, just one person who had a voice to redirect that energy from what they're talking about, right? Boom. We have a debatable argument. Now there's a beef going on, right? That's what's going to happen, right? But because that person who actually says something about it, right, ain't going to sell his soul, it wouldn't be heard.
But now
it wouldn't be a short.
But this is why. Because remember how you were just saying a second ago, right? You were just talking about how that type of dialogue doesn't sell.
Doesn't. You
can sell anything. It's just about if you're going to market it. There's a like when you go back, right? As a matter of fact, I think it's in this podcast. In this podcast, Vince Staples takes a shot at the people who's in power in the industry, and nobody on the panel wanted to touch it. You know what I'm saying? Like when you deal with the Lucian Granges, when you deal with the Jimmy Iovine's, when you deal with the people that's at the top inside the power structure, right? Even across media, you know what I'm saying? Like let's say we took it off of music and you went over to like the actual media centers. They don't want to market that. Like I'll give you another example, right? I was listening to this seminar from Ninth Wonder. He was at one college, right?
I think that's the. I don't mean to cut you off, Chaataza. If you don't mind pausing for 1 second, right? I think that's the point of podcasting, where you don't need to market it. If this is your podcast, right, and you standing on what you talking about, right? It says the Joe Button Network, right? It shouldn't matter. You shouldn't be speaking on your community based on the bag. It shouldn't be about the bag.
And now this is my point where I'm talking about when it comes down from on high, and and what's trickling down from the top. Because now this is what I was about to say when I seen this seminar that Ninth Wonder gave, and he was like, "There's always been whack rappers." You know what I'm saying? He's like, you know, you go back in the day when you had, you know, after Rakim or before, or a little bit before Nas or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You had Shuck and Jive nigga, what's his name? MC Hammer. MC Hammer's not nice. You had Vanilla Ices, but the difference was they weren't on the cover of Source magazine. You understand? Like they weren't being pushed in the front. You know what I'm saying? The real artists were being pushed to the front. Now you fast forward, Sexy Red's being pushed. You understand? All the artists that's garbage and schmutz being pushed, and also the standard for what media is, and the standard for what media is this dumbed down bullshit.
But which is educating the youth, right? Now, half of the people you just named, Ninth Wonder, etc., half of the youth don't even know who those people are to even know what they said.
And now that ties all the way into rap having, as you put it, OGs, as I put it, fathers. Because if that's the case,
that's the difference.
You see what I'm saying? Because there's
no teachers in the game, bro. There's no teachers in the game.
Somebody should have protected this shit.
Correct.
Instead of selling out, instead of going for the bag. It's like you know what I'm saying? Zahar, right? I'm with Zahar, right? What all this boils down to, and what I think has been the theme going across this whole thing, is traders and the color line. My son's in a chess tournament. We sitting in a classroom. It was some school in Brooklyn, right? You know what I'm saying? So we waiting in between games, what have you. And he sees something, and it talked about Jackie Robinson crossing the color line. So now I'm sitting there, and my son turns to me and he says, "What's the color line?" So he got a chessboard up. You know, one side you got the black pieces, one side you got the white pieces. I said, "This is the color line." And I took a black pawn, dragged it across, and put it in with the white pawns. And I said, "Does he look like he fits in?" He said, "Nah." I said, but the second one of us goes over and I pushed everybody else over. I said, what happened to the black side? He said, it's gone. I said, because the black side joined the white side and the white side is still king there. It's still in charge of it. I'm like, we lose. Like, there's no Negro League because of Jackie Robinson. They're like, we go and we choose the bag over building our own because we think we're going to take a pay cut in the beginning. And that's exactly what I was talking about with Nick Cannon. And that's exactly why these cats right here is shucking and jiving, and Massa wants a soft.
Nick Cannon is not black to me, bro.
I'm just giving you an example of somebody who was in a position, you know what I'm saying, who had the power, you understand, to do something on his own and failed when the opportunity arose. I'm just using it because it's a public example. I don't think, you know what I'm saying, like I say, he a leader of XYZ, but you give me Nick Cannon money and watch what I do with it.
Yeah, but that's you.
You see what I'm saying?
That's you being illogical. You can give all four of us Nick Cannon money. I guarantee we do something logical with it.
But here's another thing. Why ain't people gathering behind the big three with Ice Cube? You know what I'm saying? Like why isn't that growing traction? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we turn around and we support everything but our own or what one of us is doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, same thing with Tribe Vibes.
But why would you follow the big three? When's the last time you even heard Ice Cube even speak?
My point is, let's say it's not me. How many friends do you think that he got in Hollywood? You know what I'm saying? Like
don't talk like him.
There's no Vanguard. There's no Black Alliance. There's no we can carve out a piece of this media on our own.
There is a Black Alliance when it comes to these people, right? But it's their Black Alliance lies on
the other side of the color line.
Rich and poor. Yeah, rich and poor. You know what I'm saying? You me and you have a conversation right now. Our conversation is logical, right? I go meet with Ice Cube, right? And I'm telling Ice Cube what I did with my day, and Ice Cube telling me what he did with his day. We're not gonna have a intellectual conversation because it didn't go hand in hand. You feel me? So I say that because we have to stop asking certain people who are not even logical to what the fuck they stand for already to be logical for what we're standing for. It doesn't make sense to do that.
I don't want them.
They're not here for us. They're where they are. That's it. Exclude them. Just like we excluding Diddy, exclude them too. Get them out of here.
But I'm talking about the thought. Having your own is what creates that. Having your own and making it separate and
they wouldn't have their own if they spoke about the things that mattered. If Ice Cube went there speaking for black this and black that, Hispanic this, Hispanic that, Big Three would be the worst league in the world to the white man. The bag wouldn't be the same. So why would he go and do that?
But that's what I'm saying, that's the problem, because he's one person. I'm talking about what enough people could do, because look at civil rights, right? You can't have a civil rights movement if black people collectively weren't thinking about black social issues together.
But you just used the main word, collectively. How many black people are collectively doing anything?
And this is what I'm talking about, which is why I'm saying collectively there should have been fathers in hip hop. Collectively, the people who got in power should have started garnering some of that for themselves. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, like that's why my mind state isn't support Spotify. I go and build Tribe Vibes. My mind state isn't, oh, I can't wait to get on the Button podcast. Mine is build Cross the Line, build Facts on Wax. And even then, eventually, my mind would go to a point where we get a big enough following, I invest so that we can get our own network. You know what I'm saying? Like my mind goes there. My mind goes to ownership. My mind goes to power.
Was your mind there when you was 13, 14, 15?
Nah, hell no. I was a fucking idiot.
Now, who was you listening to at 13, 14, 15?
These idiots.
Which ones? The ones we're talking about now, right?
Exactly.
All right, so we didn't get educated by them.
And that's the problem. We got to break the cycle. Like at some point, the cycle got to, but it doesn't happen if somebody doesn't take the stand.
It ain't gonna be them. So that's why when we had the conversation about Snoop, right? I don't get surprised about his actions. His actions don't surprise me. You get what I'm saying? I'm not shocked about it. I expect that from someone like him. So when you talk about Joe Buttons, I expect that from Joe Buttons. That's expected actions from these people we're talking about.
But now, what about the people who's not like us, who's under the spell? What about the people who just care about the entertainment? If they don't hear us talking about it, then the spell don't get broken.
I agree. There's no debate there.
You get what I'm saying?
It gotta be spoken about though. And I feel like right now we're the only people speaking about it.
Facts.
That's the point. It gotta be heard. It gotta be put out there to be heard. It ain't being put out there. You get what I'm saying? It ain't being put out there. The media is all visual. I think that instead of a lot of people talking, because even when you talk to your kids sometimes nowadays, right? A lot of kids don't hear. Everything's a lot of more visual for them, right? Visuality went out the window, right? What got you into hip hop, right? Not only hearing the song, it was being able to watch the rap video, right or wrong.
I think
the
that
lifestyle of the video.
I think 90s rap videos is why I still love Jeeps to this day.
Because I'm just saying, right? You can visualize it. When you actually see it, right? It's a whole thing, right? It's like a book, right? If the book ain't got no pictures, it's harder to read for a kid. Right or wrong?
Facts. I mean, I think
it has pictures
anyway.
It's easier to read, right? We ain't painting no pictures. Everybody just talking. They ain't painting no picture. Nobody doing shit. You gotta do shit. You gotta actually do something. Me and you we can sit here right now, right? We can sit here right now. And no disrespect to anybody here, right? What are we doing besides talking about it?
So here's the difference, right? Now,
our bag is different.
But here's what I'm saying though, right? I'm an activist. So I'm in the streets Saturday, in the streets talking about this, traveling the prison systems, you know what I'm saying? Giving counseling, you know what I'm saying? Teaching X amount of days a week, doing lectures, writing books, you know what I'm saying?
People who already have their mind made up though.
What's up?
So people who possibly or kind of have their mind made up already. I'm talking about 14, 15.
About
those ages.
Okay, in a classroom, you know what I'm saying? People who show up are people who have their mind made up. On the corner of 125th Street, you know what I'm saying? Just speaking out. Nah, you know what I'm saying? Like same thing when it even comes down to different events that I've gone to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Things of that nature. As far as the kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, or as far as the youth, you know what I'm saying? Like
you know how lost our youth is? I had a conversation with my son. You know, my son is 15 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Having a conversation with him, I'm like, you know, soon you got to get your ID, etc. Group of his friends didn't even know what that is. That's how lost. That's how lost they are.
I'm with you on that, right?
You get what I'm saying? But I can ask him about hip hop right now, right? And he'd be able to tell me the Kendrick Lamar beef and etc. But he wouldn't even know how to get an idea if his father wasn't here.
But that's once again, that's why I not only talk to my son, I talk to my son. Yeah. I talk to the youth. You know what I'm saying? Like you talk to my son. Like, I mean, a minute ago, I was just explaining, I broke down the color line to him.
Correct.
He knows 10 years old, he know why the Negro League failed.
Yeah.
10 years old, he know about Black Wall Street. 10 years old, he's studying, you know what I'm saying, brief glimpses of what he could understand about microeconomics. But that's because we are fathers to our kids.
Yeah.
We need to father that and foster that in media. We need to father that and foster that in everything, which is why same thing when it comes down to civil rights. The civil rights movement failed. Like you can't turn around, have a boycott, have them folks fold. They say you can sit in the front of the bus. Fuck that, get your own bus. Ain't that better?
I'm saying the time is different though. Time is different.
What realistically, right? If I was to play, let's just use a prominent figure that people talk about, right? Malcolm X. If I go and put him and play the debate right now between him and Bayard Rustin, they were debating over the same fucking problems we're experiencing in 2024.
But that's because you know it happened already. If you was there at that time, you wouldn't have the same look at it.
But what I'm saying is, if that's the case, then why is it that us collectively are experiencing the same problems 50 plus years later? If we got
because nowadays 70% of us are uneducated.
Now this is my point.
You know what I'm saying? 70% of us are uneducated nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Before you had self-education, right? Because you couldn't really go to the school system at all times, right? Back then, sometimes you had to self-teach, right? Everybody's so programmed to somebody else having to do it for them. There is no self-teach no more. Everybody expects everybody to do it for them now. There's no more self-teach anymore, right? That's step one, right? Learn how to teach yourself. Sometimes you don't need to get it from somebody else. Not everything. How much things did you teach yourself?
I mean, there's okay. Define teach yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because what I'm saying is that I don't want to play devil's advocate here.
So if you want to learn about your history, right? It don't matter what somebody tells you. You gotta want to learn that about it. Don't matter what somebody you should learn about. They could give you a book. Don't mean you're gonna read it.
I went to learn by studying from. So I went to learn by, like me. I'm the type of person where if you know something and I don't, I'm gonna ask you and I want to come learn from you. You know what I'm saying? So I can't consider that self-taught. You know what I'm saying?
Is that now or before?
As far as what time frame?
When did you start thinking like that? When you was younger, or that's how you think now? You didn't always think like that.
I didn't think like that until later because I was afraid to join organizations or to be misguided. And you can't piss on my head and call it rain. So I'm gonna try to prove you wrong before I decide to listen to shit that you got to say.
You wasn't hearing that when you was younger, not 14, 15.
Nah, 14, 15, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think the only thing that I cared about was, you know what I'm saying, was trying to find a new girl or getting high.
So how did you teach what we know to the youth now?
The way that we got to be able to do that is, one, you know what I'm saying? There's got to be a community outreach. You know what I'm saying? There's got to be a community outreach, and there's got to be a way of garnering influence to actually be able to reach them in the first place.
What do you think about that, brother? What's your name again, if you don't mind me asking?
Your Chaataza.
What do you think about that, bro? How do we do that?
I say me though. All right, the education system, right? When it comes to like history, anthropology, and other different philosophies in the colleges, especially though, you learn the philosophies of their ways. You really don't learn nothing about who you are. But when it comes to mathematics and reading comprehension and writing skills, when you in certain sciences, depending on certain circumstances or what type of science it is, you can actually get better and better on that on your own though. Because like even me, when I teach whatever though, public speaking or class teaching though, I learned this from college though. When you learn through reading comprehension, especially though when you're doing like an 8-page, 10-page paperwork where you got to put the formatting in. When you read a story or a book, right? You read the context of a story or understand that paragraph or what it's talking about. You get what I'm saying?
And that's another thing too. I think we need to homeschool. I like that. That's a much broader problem as far as, you know what I'm saying, how to reach the youth. Because here's another thing too.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like you agree with the homeschooling, or you agree with the much broader problem?
Homeschooling.
I think we 100% need the homeschool. You know what I mean? Like that's like where my next step is, because I be re-educating my son. My son come home from school like, you know what I'm saying, Christopher Columbus discovered America. Nah, he didn't. Now I got to go teach him. Now I got to go let him know that, you know what I'm saying, this was an unalive maniac who committed genocide and you know, started the transatlantic slave trade. But I'm not neglectful, so I'm teaching him this.
And here's the kicker, though. I'm not knocking no brother or sister who got a PhD or a master's degree. Go ahead, get that PhD and master's degree, though. But at the same time, though, if you somebody that think you just know everything, though, and don't really have an understanding of reality of what's going on, though, you just a smart, rich dummy, because you got the most intelligent, dumbest person, though, because you could be so book education according to the philosophies they teach at all these different colleges, even in the Ivy Leagues, but yet you don't understand common sense stuff when it comes to mathematics and reading comprehension.
Or just being educated doesn't mean being book educated. It means being culturally educated as well. A lot of people are not culturally educated.
We're real street smart. Yeah, right. We're real street smart too, because we understand that we grew up for the streets though, and we understand how to freaking survive. and we're actually book smart as well too. It's a difference.
Correct.
Right. We get
understanding your culture is very important, and we're barely taught on that.
But now, how do we do that when we getting educated by a slave master? Like, how do we do that? Like that whole Roe versus Wade fucked everything up. You know what I'm saying? Because prior to that, we had a little bit more control over the education system. After Roe versus Wade and they integrated the school system, they fired a majority of the black teachers who already had tenure. They removed all their tenure. They integrated them with white professors, white teachers, and then redid the entire curriculum to the point now where, you know, that they're trying to teach, you know what I'm saying, that it's not it wasn't a transatlantic slave trade. They're trying to call it the transatlantic voyage, and that these that we wasn't slaves, and that it was what's that shit called? Indentured servitude, and that, you know what I'm saying, all the natives and blacks that they enslaved chose to do that shit.
And if I may, that's so extremely important to know though, because back in the 90s of my childhood though, they was going hard on like us knowing that our forefathers and ancestors were slaves, and Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and all that though, and other things like about our history to a certain extent though. We know for sure that's not all of our history. That's nowhere near close to it though, for real. But by us knowing that, like during like the 90s of my childhood, and then even in the early 2000s when I was going to Bennett High School before I joined Esau's military though, it was something that we know to a certain extent. We had some form of common sense in life and reality about us. That, like, forget about everybody else though, but our people though, blacks and Latinos.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something. If America is not destroyed in 100 years, 100 years from now, we're gonna have to convince our people we was even enslaved here. Like, that's where it's going right now. That's the level of miseducation that's happening right now. And you know why? Because the slaves like Joe Budden.
You got some rappers saying that like Lil Wayne, slavery wasn't a thing because he wasn't a slave.
Yo, and that's the selfishness. Like the selfishness is some of our people lack empathy, so they can't look at a Sonia Macy, they can't look at an Eric Garner, they can't look at a Ricardo Diaz, they can't look at a Tamir Rice and see themselves or see their family. So it doesn't matter until your son becomes Trayvon.
Until it happens to them.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the selfishness. Whereas because we've been trained to be individuals. Bro, and that's what I'm talking about, like with which is why I was gatekeeping in that conversation with China Mac. There's no fathers in hip hop because hip hop was integrated. Because we look at hip hop as everybody's thing instead of our own thing. Because if we have our own thing, we have something that we will build on. And that's the problem. So they integrate it. So now Eminem become the rap god. Now French Montana and DJ Khaled could say nigga. You know what I'm saying? Fucking I mean, just insert any of the bullshit that you want because we
don't. French? He's Moroccan or something like that, right?
Listen, him and what do you call it is Moroccan, but they're Arabs. They Arabs.
Akon just brought something out too though, and then Akon brought out a wake up call for us though. Akon clearly just said that he's an actual African from Kenya or Nigeria, wherever them disgusting countries at, and he just literally said that black people referred to as niggas in America is a lazy bunch of scumbags and make excuses for everything. But yet Akon just fed and made millions off us though, and people still just like wipe that shit away, man. Like, Salakia, what the fuck is wrong with y'all, man? Not, but you get what I'm saying, right? But Akon just
But that's what I do. Listen, and that's what they trying to do with that whole Afro beats movement. That's what they trying to do with all these different actors. Like, how the hell do you have somebody? And this is what's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that either ain't from ADOS or ain't foundational Black American. How do you have an African whose ancestors never experienced slavery and their people been free play Fred Hampton in a movie?
Hey, can I speak on that real quick?
How the fuck does that happen?
For real though.
Listen, it's like it is literally a racial takeover. Like, Africans are now the new Negroes. And it's evident because everywhere you look, from music to movies, they're replacing the Negroes, like this, like our culture, like the fact that we created the hip hop culture, we created the reggae culture, and all of that. They took over both of those. Akon came in with the hip hop, took over the hip hop, and then said that Africans are better than black people because they get high and they have sleep when they on stage.
That's right? Literally what I just said.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was
no, straight. I'm just letting you know, but I'm glad, you know what I'm saying? Y'all both on the same accord with it. But what you're saying is 100% facts.
You know what I mean? And you know what I'm saying?
Are we considering Afrobeat hip hop though?
No. I ain't even start on Afrobeat.
But what I'm saying, like, look at Burna Boy.
Okay.
They're trying to take Burna Boy and make him the face of the Caribbean. You know what I'm saying? When Burna Boy is an African, you know what I'm saying? Like, here's what's crazy. Africans will look at African Americans like you're misappropriating.
I'm Caribbean, and we talk about that all the time, bro.
But check me out with this. Mm-hmm. If when African Americans wear kente cloth or dashikis, Africans look at it like miscultural appropriation.
Africans don't even really fuck with us
at all.
To be honest.
They sure don't fucking rock no dashiki.
but you know what black people gonna do? They gonna love Burna Boy. They gonna love Thames. They gonna love the Africans that's playing Queen and Slim, dealing with a real black struggle. They had an African play Harriet Tubman.
Yeah, sir. If I may, like to the point that you make it, I was just watching this show called Them. Now, Them is supposed to be about the black struggle, the Negro struggle in America and it took place in the 80s, or no, Slovakia. It took place in the 60s and then again in the 90s. They had 2 seasons. The first season was in the 60s, second season was in the 90s. Both seasons were addressing black issues. In the 60s, it was, segregation and the tearing down of segregation when black people wanted to start living in white neighborhoods. And those white neighborhoods would not allow them to live there. They didn't want them there. So they would, terrorize them to get them out. And that was the struggle from the first season. The second season was the struggle between black people and the cops. Tell me why in both seasons, the main character was a Nigerian woman from the UK. Wasn't even raised in America.
Bruh.
So she don't know anything about any of those struggles. To have to deal with black on cop crime and moving into a white neighborhood where they don't want you. She don't know about that.
I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No, you good.
They have been trying to cut us out of commerce. They got Shia LaBeouf playing a Mexican. They've been had Italians playing Cubans. You know what I'm saying? And now they got Africans playing black people inside of America. And it's because you look at all the millionaires and billionaires that then came out of rap, that then came out of Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? So what they doing is they are trying to cut us out of commerce. This is a new level of replacement theory, but it's okay because Wakanda forever.
Right. And what's sad and fucked up. So like, if I may, real quick, you caught this out and you got it. But what's so sad and fucked up, excuse my language, is that black and Hispanics, black and brown people, we sell our culture and our identity so short that we look at it when the African gets the movie, when the African gets the role of the black guy or the black woman, we applaud them. We cheer for them. We want to make sure they excel at playing us when they're not us and they're not like us. No pun intended. They don't go through our struggles. My bad.
I don't mean to cut you. That's my fault. That's because as black as Hispanics, we're so used to poverty that we don't know how to turn down money for respect.
Right. Yo, but
that's what it comes down to, bro. We're so used to being broke that nobody knows how to turn down money.
Right.
Yo, I bring this up all the time. You know who does an excellent job at protecting their own reputation? The Chinese.
They do great. I think they're the best at it.
Have you ever seen Jackie Chan play a villain?
Never.
No. Because it is a disgrace. It is dishonor. If you are Chinese and you come over to America and you decide to play a criminal in the eyes of the round eye, you can't.
You mess one.
Okay.
You mess one, sir. Hey, the Chinese, the Asians, imitate the Mexicans over in California.
Yeah, facts.
Yo, actually, they do. There's a whole community of Asians who dress like I think they call chinos. You know what I'm saying? And they act like Mexicans.
Rascals. They got rascals. They call it the little rascals. That's another gang that the Asians mock the Mexicans over in California. Yep.
And that's a whole culture. Like they created this culture off of a culture.
Yep.
That is crazy. That is literal culture vulture.
Yep. In the 90s, when I was in grammar school, I never ever seen no damn disgusting Asian liked it, no hip hop, none of that. As a matter of fact, they hated it. Even the Caucasians. That's a fact. In the 90s in Buffalo, New York, every race outside of blacks and Latinos hated rap. They hated hip hop. But now when Eminem popped up,
you want to know the proof? And this be like my blockbuster for when I'm arguing with anybody about hip hop being a black and Hispanic art form, right? Y'all remember Jordan Davis? Anybody know that name?
Say the name again.
Jordan Davis.
Nah.
Jordan Davis was unalived by a white man while he was listening to rap. He was playing the music.
I remember.
And this cat got out the car.
Oh, and shot them up, right?
Yeah, because he did not want to hear that crazy jungle music. And he unalived this brother. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never hear of an Asian get unalived for you know what I'm saying, for listening to that Mulan music. I ain't never hear a East Indian get unalived for hearing that Punjabi. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never hear of a white person getting unalived for listening to Taylor Swift. You know what I'm saying? But Jordan Davis died because he wanted to listen to rap.
Real talk. And I'll take you one further.
In Florida, they had a law that they can actually unalive you for playing loud music. Are you familiar with that, sir?
Nah, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, in Florida, right? Like when I went to Florida, like in the middle,
Florida laws are crazy anyway.
They were speaking about that though. In Florida though, they could like unalive you for playing music too loud. So that lets you know that in their mind and spirit, they really hate rap and hip hop. That's a fact.
Hey, just so you know, Nate, I'm actually from Florida, but I'm in Mississippi right now.
Yeah, see, Florida laws is crazy, man. I don't go to Florida.
Y'all. Listen, man. Every New York
down on somebody, bro.
Man, come on. Every New Yorker say that, and then I find them in Florida, and then they talk shit about how much they hate Florida.
Not me.
But they in Florida.
Not me.
Florida.
The craziest. You can't walk up on nobody.
Like what's today's date?
What do you mean in New York? You can't even walk. You can't walk in New York. You cannot walk in New York. And you can't drive in New York.
Walking though.
Yeah, but I can't walk across the street without getting hit by a car in New York.
That's because people from out of state don't know how to walk in New York.
Because they don't walk. Y'all don't barely walk. Stop it. You know y'all don't. Y'all barely walk. Where do y'all walk?
In Florida, there's what's called the yield to pedestrian law, meaning the pedestrian has it right away.
Because of New York too.
And all throughout Florida. I thought that was all throughout the country.
But just think about it. Right now, right? If you want to go to the store, you get in that car, you walking. I walk right there.
Me personally, I walk. That's just me. That's just me. But
you get in the car right now when you go to the store. How far is your store? Where you at right now?
I got a store. It's a store. It's a corner. We call them the corner store. I know a lot of people don't call them corner stores. We got corner stores. They're literally it's literally a store on every corner. So I walk.
But you say you're not in Florida right now, though, right?
I'm not in Florida right now, and I'm in Mississippi, and it's a store on
the corner.
But
if you was in Florida and you wanted to go to the store, you're not walking there.
And not in New York, I'm not walking.
Not in Florida neither. You can walk in New York. Why you not walking in New York?
I'm walking.
Listen, if I may, in Florida, when you ride a bike at nighttime, if you don't have a reflector on, they give you a ticket for that shit too.
Well, you're not walking in Florida. You're not walking in Florida.
Yes, I am. Listen, hold on. First of all, in Florida, it's like nigga, nobody has a car. Niggas don't got cars in Florida.
All right.
Y'all get your license at 16 in Florida. We gotta wait till 18 here.
Listen, this is Florida. This is Florida right here. Florida man steals alligator from golf course, tries teaching it a lesson by throwing it on a roof of a bar.
Florida.
Hey, listen, man.
That's Florida.
That's a white man. That's not. You cannot compare it. I
It's
guarantee that's a white man.
Listen, I'm sure, man, like, you know what I'm saying, that this is a white man. You know what I mean? Only a white man would think he could teach an alligator a lesson.
Only a white man on Florida is in the news anyway.
What's that oppressor that used to be play with the animals and he got stung by a stingray and been unalive?
Yeah, Steve
Irwin.
Crocodile Dundee, man. Whatever the hell his name is. Crocodile Hunter. Steve something.
Steve Irwin.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something, man. Like Steve Irwin being unalive by a stingray, that was not on my bingo card. That was one of the last animals I ever thought would take him out the game.
The fact that it was an animal period that took him out the game was crazy. Crazy.
But what I will say is, man, you know what I'm saying? We don't reach our time, man. You know what I'm saying? What I want everybody yeah, we started at 8 o'clock, you know what I'm saying? So we got a 2-hour, you know what I'm saying, time slot we doing tonight. We're gonna be back every week. So if y'all haven't already, subscribe, hit the bell, you know what I'm saying, hit the share button.
Button, man.
You know what I mean? This episode is gonna be up, you know what I'm saying, on Lost Tribes. This is sponsored by Tribe Vibes. We got a lot more things coming, you know what I'm saying? And this is the official second episode. We got episode 1.5 and 1 up, you know what I'm saying? If y'all missed the original episodes, we were talking about the entire, you know what I'm saying, state of the beef with Drake and Kendrick. And you know what I'm saying, we'll see what happens from here on out. Y'all got anything in closing?
Nah, man, thanks for everybody for who tuned in, man. I appreciate you fellas that logged in with us and had a nice conversation. I appreciate y'all input, you know what I mean? And hopefully we're heard by everybody else as well.
Y'all already know, man.
You got something? If I could, Nate, you on here every week?
I will be, yes. Moving forward, I will be here every week, yes, sir.
All right, bet. Well, I would like to, if I could, give a shameless plug.
Come on with it.
Every Tuesday night, Eastern Standard Time, 9:30 p.m. All right, we have a podcast called The War as Usual. All right, so if you can go on YouTube, type in War as Usual. You know what I'm saying? It's spelt how it sounds, War as Usual. And it's like it's a red Dawada or Shield of David, and it says war on it. You know what I mean? When you see that, you know you found it. So hit that subscribe button if you could. Hit the bell.
Most definitely.
Also shop UPKFL wear. You know what I mean? UPKFLwear.com. We got new merch coming soon. Definitely about to, you know, make some shit boom. So, you know what I mean? The water for you know what I'm saying, having me on the platform. You know what I mean? Y'all, definitely a good conversation for the parts that I was here. But you know what I mean? Till next time.
Definitely, fellas.
Hey, man. Peace.
Hey, the water for inviting me to the platform.
Definitely.